Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because I picked up the collaboration between Amy Loves and Adept Cosmetics. There is an eyeshadow palette and a face palette. We play around, we swatch the shades, we see what they're all about, and oh my goodness. Now you guys, before we jump into it, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications and videos. If you like this video, make sure to hit a big thumbs up. But if you want to see how I got this look using the new collaboration between Amy Loves and Adept Cosmetics, just keep watching. Okay, you guys, I picked up the Amy Loves and Adept Cosmetics collaboration. There is an eyeshadow palette. Look at the packaging. This is absolutely stunning. So there is silver, coppery red, green, gold. There's a whole bunch of different glitter particles on here. It's not just silver, but it is gorgeous. And then this is the color story, leaning pretty cool toned. And I'm not mad at it. I love a beautiful cool tone palette. I don't always reach for it, especially in the summer, but I want to play around with this. The shades, I'm interested to see how they swatch, especially the matte shades. It looks like there are only 5 matte shades in here, and the rest are duo or trio chromes and shimmers. So we will swatch this. But along with the eyeshadow palette, there is also a blush and highlighter palette, and this packaging is gorgeous. So you have these two, you got light toned, deeper tone, and then when I'm looking at this, it looks like one has more glitter than the other, and I don't know if it's meant to be a highlighter and blush topper, or like, look at how gorgeous this is. So I'm excited to swatch these. I'm gonna go ahead, swatch the eyeshadow palette, then I'll swatch the face palette, see what it's all about, get an idea of which way we're going. But I'm excited for this. I first tried Adept with the Cyborg Choir, and there were some people that are like, you never heard of them before? I'm expanding my variety of makeup. We'll dive into that story here briefly, but let me go ahead, swatch both of these palettes and see which way forward I want to go. You guys, I am in love with this. The mattes are beautiful, and even when you look at them in the pan, they kind of look like they're pretty similar, but it's not until I swatched them that I could see a difference. Like the shade 1997 is more of a lighter tan, but in the pan it looks like it's a little bit deeper. So I think when I go to blend it out, I'll have a nice crease color and the outer V. And then even the shade Scrunchy, which is the bottom right corner, last row, that one seems to be the deepest shade. So I might be able to get some good shading right here in the outer V to give a little bit of dimension and depth. Now, shimmers, triochromes, duochromes, like, oh my goodness, they are stunning. Like, chef's kiss. I am excited to dive into this. The shade Lavender, in the pan, it looks like it's a light blue. When it is swatched, it has kind of a green holographic tone to it, and it is so beautiful. The shade Indie, mesmerizing. It has the holographic blue and like purpley tones to it with like an undertone of green, and then Glam. So in the pan, it kind of looks like it is silver, but when it is swatched, it looks like it has undertones of like a lavender or pinky shade, which would play well with the shade Floral, which is directly next to it, and it is a pinky purpley tone. This is so beautiful. I am excited to play around with this. Oh, and Vibes, the deepest duochrome holographic. It's not holographic. It looks like it's got purple and silver. It's the deepest shimmer in this palette, and you can go deep with the shades, or you can go light, airy, and beautiful for spring with just a hint of cool toned shadows to it. When I say I am ready to dive into this and see what I can come up with, oh, let me go prime my eyes, wipe off these swatches, and see if I can narrow it down to what I want to do. Okay, I'm so excited for this, and I think I have it narrowed down. I'm going to start with the shade 1997. With my fluffy crease brush, we're going to put this into the crease in the outer V. And just kind of build up the crease to give some dimension. Now, I kind of touched on, I hadn't heard about Adept Cosmetics when I did the Cyborg Choir review. And in the comments, someone asked, they're like, I'm surprised that you haven't heard because you've been doing YouTube for 5+ years. Which, okay, technically I started my channel in 2018. That is 5 years ago. The other side of that is I did take a 1.5 year break. And so technically it hasn't been 5 years. But I took a break because I was really busy with work. I was still in other military branches, we call them drill instructors. For the Navy, we call them RDCs, or recruit division commanders. And that is a really busy job because we start our days with the recruits at 6 a.m. We finish our days at 10 p.m. So I got really busy, life was chaotic, and I took a break. But also, I started my channel when I was unhappy in my marriage. And I'm not going to put his business out there. We were pretty amicable when we divorced. We just kind of grew apart. And we did everything via text, like, do you want this? Do you want that? Like, what are you trying to get out of this? And we were able to, I went to Navy Legal. They helped me draft my paperwork. I filed it with the court myself. And we were divorced in under 4 months in Chicago. And we still kind of kept in contact afterwards for about a year and some change. We'll, like, if I need something, because I can't remember a combo that he had said, like, I'll hit him up. I'm still friends with his parents. Like, we still keep in contact and they'll check in on me, which doesn't necessarily happen. But we grew apart after 7 years. But for about 2 years while we were married, I wasn't happy. He didn't seem happy. I'm going to go into the shade Scrunchy. This is the deepest of the shades. And I think I'm going to just briefly, like, fluff it with my crease brush into the crease in the outer V and then deepen it up with my compacted smudge brush. For the 2 years, it was like, oh, hey, you know, there's these things going on. Let's go do this. And he'd be like, I don't want to do that. Or, hey, my friends want to go do this. And he's like, I don't want to go. But then the weekend would come and he's like, I'm bored. And I'm like, I gave you a whole list of things that you could do. So I told my friends, and I'm like, look, like, I'm just not happy. Well, he had started a YouTube channel. His was very, like, dedicated to a certain topic. Granted, makeup, mine too, but his was, like, very, very specific. So I don't know if he's still doing his YouTube channel. I haven't checked. But I started my YouTube as an outlet, just based off of a friend's recommendation. I sent her a video clip to help her kind of figure out her way forward with makeup, and she was like, hey, you should start a YouTube channel. I was like, I don't know about that. I don't know about, like, posting anything. Like, if you go back and look at my first videos, and I kind of want to do a reacting because I've looked and I'm like, there's stuttering, there's stammering, there's things I've clipped out of it. I was embarrassed of some things, and I edited it down so much that it took away some of my personality. And it wasn't until I hired my first editor and saw how they edited my videos, and I was like, oh shoot, there's a person there. And I've been told by my friends who have watched my channel, like, it's nice that you put in your mistakes. It's nice that you, like, instead of editing those out and completely cutting out your personality, you joke about it. But when I first started my channel, I wasn't exploring all the different makeup brands that were out there, like all the indie brands. I'd find some of them, but not all of them. And I just didn't do the research that I do now, where I'm on Instagram and digging through the different pictures or the different makeup releases, and you know, indie brands 5 years ago, I wasn't seeing them as much as I am now, and they seem to be everywhere because you can buy them online and people aren't going into the store as, like, I don't even go into the store. I will once in a while, but most times I'm ordering from the app for Sephora or Ulta. So, you know, the indie brands are at an advantage because for me, I've been consuming or picking up products online since I was first stationed in Japan back in, 2008. It was the only way I could find clothes that fit me because Japanese women are short and very tiny, and I have lots of curves. Like, I couldn't buy even my shoes. I wear a size 10 shoe. I wear a size 9.5 heel in some of my heels. Their shoes are not that big. So I would have to buy my stuff on Amazon or Macy's and have it shipped overseas because I just couldn't find my size. So for me, I am predominantly like doing all my shopping on a site. But I have been exploring. I enjoyed the recommendations that you guys gave to me on my last video for Adept Cosmetics. And I'm starting to explore some new indie brands. I'm really excited for the things that I have purchased. Some of them are pre-order. I'm still waiting for them to show up. But, you know, I wasn't going and looking for those brands until probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago. So as I find them and discover them, but hey, give me your recommendations. I will definitely go and search for them. And I also think we have a good start right here. I might deepen it up later, but I want to see how it plays off of the shimmer or triochrome, duochrome that I pick. But that's just kind of like a synopsis. I didn't want it to turn into a whole story time. I'm not trying to put my ex's business out there. We communicate once in a while, not a lot, and I'm still very like civil with his family. So, and I love his family dearly. His mom is so sweet. His dad is, anyways, this wasn't supposed to be a story time. This was supposed to be an eyeshadow palette review. All right, so I was looking at the shade Floral. I really like it, but I also like the shade Glam, which is that very chromatic. But I'm like, ooh, do I want chromatic or do I want to do, like, part of me wants to do floral all over the eye and then add glam on top of it to get kind of like the like chromatic feel for it. And I know I want to use Lights Up to do the inner corner. If you guys hear the chiming, Luke and his buddy are in the back building a fire pit. I asked for that like a year ago, and now with me leaving, we're doing a going away party. So he's building a fire pit so that we can do a fire that night or whatever. All right, so I'm gonna go into the shade Floral. This I'm gonna pick up on my middle finger. We're gonna place this down all over the eye. So it's got like purpley silvery vibes to it. That was just one swipe of my finger. I haven't gone back into the shade. Now into the shade Glam. This one I'm going to pick up on my ring finger, and I'm picking it up ever so slightly because I just want to like dab it all over the eye. I'm not going to drag it like I did the swatches. I just want to add some of the silver flakes. I want the purple to play through. Oh, that is so gorgeous. And it kind of gives like brushed glitter vibes. Oh, that is so pretty. All right, I'm going to take my compacted smudge brush and pick up Scrunchie and just kind of tap on the edge and flick it back forward. I know I'm going to have to fix it once I do my foundation and everything, but I just kind of fix it up a little bit right now. All right, let me go do this eye, some base products. I'll be back. Okay, now to finish off this under eye. I really like how the eyes look so far. I'm gonna dip into the shade 1997. And we're gonna do that on my compacted smudge brush. Like, this shade would be perfect for work, but I couldn't use any of the shimmers. They're too intense. One day when I retire from the military, I will be able to use maybe not super intense makeup, but more of a color palette that I'm used to right now. Now into the shade Scrunchie. Alright, and I'm going to switch brushes into the larger compacted smudge brush. I think I'm going to take that into the crease a little bit just to give some definition. I'm gonna go into 1997 on my fluffy crease brush and just right here on the outer edge kind of finesse it and feather it a little bit. Oh, I really like this. Before I forget, we need to do the inner corner. I'm gonna use the shade Lights Up. This shade looks so stunning when I swatched it. I want to put it in the inner corner, but I don't know about the brow bone. Oh, I really like that. It is so beautiful. It just has like a slight shift. But yeah, I don't think that's going in my brow bone. Okay, so swatches for the face palette. The first shade, Athena, that is definitely a highlighter with pink undertones. It is absolutely beautiful. Whereas Mishka and Cupid are definitely blush colors. I love the shades. One's more of a corally pink and then the other one is definitely bubblegum pink. And the shade Eris would be a beautiful like glitter topper, glitter highlighter, just so beautiful. Now, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, so I like Cupid, but I like Mishka. And I kind of want to blend them together. I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea, but I think I'm going to start with Mishka first and put that on the cheeks before I go into, see, and I'm like, okay, the deeper color should go first. I'm nervous. They're so beautiful though. I'm going to go into Cupid first. Okay, all right, so the deeper shade, Cupid. Okay, so I start out very gently because I didn't want to do like too intense. It is a powder, so I'm not putting anything on top of it to like diffuse it out. So I dipped in twice now. Okay, you guys, so I think I want to add in some of Mishka. And I'm going to mix it with Cupid, just like back and forth between the two, just to give some of that cool tone pinky shade. That is really pretty. And I like that it's buildable. So like if you just want to wash a color, or maybe you have fairer skin than I do, like this is just a nice wash of color, and that was just dipping in slightly. I like the buildability on this. Alright, so what I did for the last time, I went Mishka into Cupid, and then I just tap, tap, tap. Oh, I really like this. The other thing is, once I put my setting spray on and let it dry and use my blender to kind of just disperse the setting spray, it's also going to just kind of melt into the skin, which I love. Now, we are going to dip into Athena for highlighter. It is going to go on my brow bone first. If you guys notice, I know someone had asked me in a previous video in the comments if my hair looked different, like if I'd done something different with it. I had gotten red put into my hair a couple months ago, but to carry myself over until the next appointment that I have with my girl who does my hair, I had asked her for a color depositing product. And I have the one from Maria Nia, and I didn't do a good job today. I mean, it's got some of the red tones in it, but I missed some spots. I was just kind of in a rush today. I'll link it down below if you're looking for something that deposits color very well. Like you can see where I started it, I could have done better. The last time I did it, which was about 3 weeks ago now, I don't do it every week. I did a much better job. I wasn't rushing. I had time to like section the hair and stuff. But especially when I curl it and the different variations of the red coming through, oh, it looks so gorgeous. Okay, I kind of want to do Aries and put it on top of the cheeks. I don't think I'm going to put it on my nose. I think we're just going to do Athena on the nose, which I just realized I forgot. But we're going to dip into Aries and deposit some of this glitter yumminess. Oh, it's so pretty. But yeah, if you've noticed the red, that's what that is. And I really like the color depositing product. The last time was much better. Today was just kind of like, look, I forgot about it. I got in the shower and I was like, oh shoot, I need to do this. But you need towel dried hair in order to do the product. I forgot to dry it. I just kind of like wrung it out. It happens. Let me go ahead, do brow products, liner, mascara, and lips, and I will be back for the final look. Okay, you guys, I am back and this is the final look. I did do white in the waterline as well as black in the top part of my waterline, and then black liquid liner just to bring it all together. And I feel like this turned out so beautifully. I think the white is playing well off of this like lavender pinky shade. It's so pretty. I really like how my eyes turned out, and this blush is such a beautiful combination. Now this color story, like I said, it leans very cool toned, especially with the matte shades, but the shimmers, the trichomes, triochrome. I cannot talk right now. The triochromes and the duochromes, they're just, oh, so beautiful. Look at how stunning they are. The swatches don't do them justice. They turned out so beautifully, and I didn't even do like the most intense. I really want to play around with lavender, indie, and vibes. Oh, they're so beautiful. I'm so excited to play around with more of these shades. I will probably take this along with Cyborg Choir with me to Germany. And based off of your recommendations, I did pick up the Samarian Sunset. So I will do a video with that here in the future because I really want to play around with it. And then, of course, the face palette. So the shades in here are really pretty. I like the corally shade, the mix of the pink, just to kind of like lighten it up a little bit. And then the highlighter with kind of this glittery, beautiful yumminess. These two together, stunning. I don't know, maybe you don't want the face palette, maybe you just want the eyeshadow palette. If anything, pick up the eyeshadow palette. This is so beautiful. I love how my eyes look right now. I'm excited to play around with more shades. But you guys, that is it for this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Have you picked them up? Are you picking them up? Are you a huge fan of Adept Cosmetics? But you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications of new videos. And if you like this video, make sure to give a big thumbs up. Until my next video, you guys, bye. I'll see you in the next one.